He wouldn't come to my wedding either. My very first wedding that I had, where I dropped the ring and I got married in a bar in McPherson. But, well, where is she now? She's not here now. So, let's see. I got married to Jamie, and then that ended badly. And then there's Buffy, who wants to get married, and I don't know. Chris is leaving the room. It's like, I got a call. I got to go. Well, Teasy, I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Chaz and let him wax poetic, as they say, to you, sir.
What? You just call me fat?
No.
Yeah, I know. I was just Yeah.
I don't know what Mr. Chaz is going to ask, so I'm just going to let him do his thing.
That's good. Mr. Chaz don't know what he's going to ask. Put me on the spot. So we went ahead and we asked you, what influence, brought upon you coming into the music game. I also asked you, how much of a culture shock it was from here versus Chicago and all that. Now, what I want to ask you is kind of, since you have been here, what kind of contacts have you made as far as artists and the caliber that you feel versus where you were, of the artists that you mess with here versus the artists that you mess with in Chicago?
Well, really, man, I didn't really mess with any. I started getting serious about music when I got back here.
When you got here? Okay.
Yeah, right when I got back here. And I've been messing with, like, how I see my mentors, like the people I look up on this music shit in Wichita, like
Skrilla.
Has this mic been off the whole time?
Yeah, that's not.
Oh, shit. Because it sounded like it just got clear all of a sudden.
Like I was saying.
It's the way the whole thing's wired.
Oh, okay.
I can't wait till my wireless mics get here.
That's what's up.
You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. Like, you distracted the hell out of me. No, man. I forgot what I was gonna say for a second. Shit.
I ain't even. I'm just like, yeah, what it do?
Music influences like the people that I look up to in this music shit in my town. Skrilla, Off Tops, my nigga Bug. Y'all probably don't know him. He go by Ace Boogie, Dilla the God. All three of us, we come together and we make the breed.
Need to get him down here.
For sure, man. I tried, but
I tried, but
motherfuckers wasn't fucking with
hey,
him. So.
Chaz tried to get his crew to come too, and he was like, "They all got other issues. I'm just coming."
But on top of that, man, my production team too, man. 385 Productions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're really molding me into the artist that I want to be. So
that's what's up, and that's kind of something that all independent artists need. They need that driving force to keep them going. A lot of the times I didn't have that, but it's always good to hear that other artists has that music support system behind them. And so that actually killed off the next question I was going to ask. I was going to ask as far as, how do you feel about your support system? But you already said that's your family. That's your
family right there, man. One time shout out to ARG and my nigga B.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 385.
Hell yeah. Okay. So since then, I mean, what are you aspiring for as far as doing music in this area? Do you feel that there's a lucrative market for you here as far as the music that you're doing, or do you feel like you need to branch out and do other things?
My bad. Repeat that, man. The ladybugs is distracting me.
The ladybugs.
Basically, I'm saying, do you feel that that your music is going to flourish here, or do you feel that you need to go outside of Kansas to
honestly,
continue
man, you want me to be 100?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to have to go outside.
Okay.
Because I get more love outside
as
it is than inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a cool little fan base out there in Omaha. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my niggas out there in Ellison. I don't know what it is about here, well, really in Wichita. I don't know what it is. But it's like everybody's just dick riding.
Okay.
So
they all showing love, but they're not supporting each other.
Exactly.
Okay. In case y'all didn't know what dick riding was, as far as hip hop.
Like,
I know some of y'all ain't hip hop literate. Shit. Urban Dictionary, look up dick ride. Coattail.
It's like.
Yeah,
like,
you see my eyes. Y'all know I'm looking at you right now. Anyway,
awesome.
so yeah, so I totally understand that, and it's not just Wichita. There's other places also that are the same thing where Kansas City has, and Kansas City has gotten better. I haven't been in Wichita enough as far as I be in Wichita all the time, but that's a different story. But as far as musically in Wichita, I haven't experienced it to tell
and
you
there's
what
so
it
much
used to
talent
be
out
and
there
what
too.
it is now. So, and there's a lot of talent. I mean, even you coming from there,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, like I fucks with you. I want to do music with you
For sure.
you know, and anybody else that has that talent. So, on top of that, your experiences with venues, how do you feel that the venues, do you think that the venues in Wichita are helping or hurting the music scene?
Both really, because like it's on us. It's on us to bring in the people.
Right.
But like I said, motherfuckers is dick riding.
Right.
So it's like my fan base in Wichita is rappers. It's not,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
not fans.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
They already have their fans because they grew up with them going to school and shit. Me, my case was I was always in and out of Wichita.
Right.
Like I really didn't spend the whole 3 years for middle school or the 4 years for high school here. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have an actual fan base like that.
Okay.
So the people that fuck with my music is the rappers. But they only bump it for themselves.
Right.
Not
They
for
ain't
other
gonna be
people
like,
and shit.
Gonna be
you
like,
know?
hey, why are we playing my stuff?
yeah.
Let me play my OG
Sit
stuff.
back.
You know, yeah, I get you. Now, as far as the venues, do you see venues like approaching you or approaching, you know, your people, your camp, being like, hey, you know, we like what y'all got, come, you know, open up for this artist or come perform with this artist, you know, in order, you know, do you see the venues extending their, you know, offering that olive branch to y'all?
Shit, after that Kevin Gates shit, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Best. Shout out to bro, man.
So
And shout out to Capella too, man. They were supposed to go and perform and shit and
Keyboard was supposed to be on that too.
like they just cut them off, man. They cut them off.
Everybody's throat.
I told them I would have been pissed. I would have caused a havoc right there,
Right.
man.
And so, for everybody who don't know what TZ is speaking of, there's been a rash epidemic of venues bringing artists like Kevin Gates, Snoop Dogg, Twista, Bone Thugs and
Juice.
Harmony, yeah, you know, down to
Boosie
open
coming too.
or to perform, and then they ask the underground artists. I hate saying the word local because I think that's a dirty word as far as music. I feel if you have music that is beyond your city, you're no longer local. So, and that's just my opinion.
For sure.
But so I never call any artist local because I feel that's a little bit disrespectful, you know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they asked the indie, you know, underground artists from the area to open up, and I'm hearing they're charging them, you know, charge you $200-$300 or whatever the case may be for that spot, and then the show comes and it's like, you know what, Snoop Dogg,
ain't even gonna fuck with you.
you know, Snoop Dogg brought, you know, Nate Dogg. Yeah, Nate Dogg's dead, but he brought him anyway. And so you can't open up.
We gonna use the
because-
hologram.
Yeah, we're gonna use
gonna
Nate
use
Dogg's
the hologram like
Yeah,
Tupac.
exactly. You know that and I say that not trying to be funny or trying to, you know, rest in peace, Nate Dogg. But I'm not saying that trying to be disrespectful. But I'm doing that because it's the ridiculousness of. It's like, okay,
I'm glad you used that word too.
You know,
Because it is fucking ridiculous, man.
you know, I paid you for this spot. You know, you have your venue, and I know that this main act brought their act. You paid them already. I paid you to pay them so I can open up for them. Why am I not performing?
Exactly.
You know, it comes to the professionalism of the venue to have to take a step up and be like, yeah, I know you brought your whole entourage and crew. Can you 3 minutes, something compromise? You know, even if you give one artist, yeah, they have a 15-minute set, give them one song. Man, I'm sorry, I can give you one song, and then give you your money back. From what I'm hearing, these venues ain't even giving the artists their money back. You know? Yeah.
Well, and these artists too, that they're like can't perform. Okay,
But
they're
I just-
going about their business.
Right.
I'm like, I'd be knocking down the door.
Yeah, it's like,
I
you
would
know.
be getting pissed. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess it's over. I'm gonna go home.
Nah.
What? You just dropped $5 grand.
It's
What?
crazy.
To open up for
Who's
B.O.B.
got $5 grand to
and
drop? Just be like,
Yeah.
fuck it, it's over. I'm going
Oh,
home.
fuck that shit.
So, all right, sorry for the rant, but I,
you
I
good.
wanted people to know that this is something that I'll be hearing about Wichita a lot more lately.
Like 2, 3 weeks?
Yeah, that when Kevin Gates was
Yeah,
down.
when Kevin
Yep.
Gates was
Yeah,
down,
that was like
shit.
2 weeks
Kevin
ago.
Gates was here.
Yeah, and that's when that happened. So,
Well,
yeah.
Teasy, we're gonna play one more track from you. What do you want me to play off here?
Play the Fade. That's the outro. The Fade is actually 2 stories that I've actually went through. One of my homeboy, I'm not gonna say his name, but R.I.P. And the second verse is self-explanatory. Just go ahead and listen to it.
Well, here we go. It's the Fade.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we're gonna talk to Mr. Chaz one more time and play the last video, College Boy Fresh. And maybe we can get my mom on the mic at some point. We'll get her to come in here and say hello. She's not gonna do it. Well, here it is. It's the Fade. When we come back, we got more. Still to come, Mr. Chaz.